Today I'm reading Patterns by Amy Lowell. I walk down the garden path, and all the daffodils are blowing in the bright blue squills. I walk down the patterned garden path in my stiff brocaded gown, with my powdered hair and jeweled fan. I, too, am a rare pattern, as I wander down the garden path. My dress is richly figured, and the train makes a pink and silver stain on the gravel and the threads of the borders. Just a plate of current fashion, tripping by in my heeled ribbon shoes. My softness anywhere about me, only well-boned and brocaded, and I sink on a seat in the shade of a lime tree, for my passion wars against the stiff brocade. The daffodils and squills flutter in the breeze as they please, and I weep. For the lime tree is in blossom, and one small flower has dropped upon my bosom, and the plashing of water drops in the marble fountain come down the garden path. The dripping never stops. Underneath my stiffnecked gown is the softness of a woman bathing in a marble basin, a basin in the midst of hedges grown so thick she cannot see her lover hiding, but she guesses he is near, and the sliding of the water seems the stroke of a dear hand upon her. What is summer in a fine brocaded gown? I should like to see it lying in a heap upon the ground, all the pink and silver crumpled up upon the ground. I would be the pink and silver as I ran along the path, and he would stumble after, bewildered by my laughter. I should see the sun flashing for his sword hilt and the buckles on his shoes. I would choose to lead him in a maze along the patterned path, a bright and laughing maze for my heavy-booted lover, till he caught me in the shade, and the buttons of his waistcoat bruised my body as he clasped me, aching, melting, unafraid, with the shadows of the leaves and the sun-drops and the plopping of the water-drops all about us in the open afternoon. I am very like to swoon with the weight of his brocade, for the sun sifts through the shade. Underneath the fallen blossom in my bosom is a letter I have hid. It was brought to me this morning by a rider from the Duke. Madam, we regret to inform you that Lord Hartwell died in action Thursday night. As I read it in the white morning sunlight, the letter squirmed like snakes. Any answer, madame? Said my footman. No, I told him. See that the messenger takes some refreshment. No, no answer. And I walked into the garden, up and down the patterned path in my stiff, correct brocade. The blue and yellow flowers stood up proudly in the sun, each one. I stood upright too, held rigid to the pattern by the stiffness of my gown. Up and down I walked, up and down. In a month he would have been my husband. In a month, here underneath this lime, we would have broken the pattern. He for me and I for him. He as a colonel, I as lady, on this shady seat. He had a whim, that sunlight carried blessings, and I answered, it shall be as you have said. Now he is dead. In summer and in winter I shall walk up and down the patterned garden paths in my stiff brocaded gown. The squills and daffodils will give place to pillared roses, and to asters to snow. I shall go up and down in my gown, gorgeously arrayed, boned and strayed, and the softness of my body will be guarded from embrace by each button, hook, and lace. For the man who should lose me is dead, fighting with the Duke in Flanders in a pattern called a war. Christ, what are patterns for?